So I came home and it was actually our anniversary the next day. So all of our friends came over in the evening, and we had I thought, yeah, something is not right. Maybe there'll be a blockage or so. They'll put a stent, and I think that's the worst that'll happen. And a couple of days later, they did an angiogram where they actually stick a tube into your heart, and so they can see what's going on. And it showed that I had 3 blockages, and a couple of them were pretty bad, so they actually had to operate, and they could not release me from the hospital. And 3 days later, about 5-6 days after I was discovered that I had a problem, they had to do a triple bypass. So, triple bypass, for those who don't know, means that there are arteries through the blood is flowing through the body, and they get blocked. So they actually have to take arteries from other part of the body and do a bypass. So the way they do that is they cut the rib cage, all the ribs down, straight down, and open up the rib cage, take the heart out, shut it down.
I think seeing him hooked up in the CCU that day after the surgery was probably the hardest point, because you can't see your parents like that, I mean, it's really tough to see them sick as it is, but when they're hooked up to all these machines and monitors, they can't even have water, it's really, really emotional.
One thing that really was hard for me personally, and I know it was really hard for my mom and my sister as well, was when he had taken us into the bonus room, one of the rooms in our house, and he had taken out his will, and he had said that this is the will that if anything was to happen to me during the surgery, then you should know about this. And that was really hard for us because it was just the reality of him actually going into surgery and possibly not coming out was just a shock.
I had actually 4 blockages, and they did only double bypass. They could not do 2 of my arteries, which is still blocked. I have half of them are blocked, basically. I'm living on that, and well, here I am. I'm feeling very good after my surgery.
And as the surgeon told us after my mom's surgery, that between both of us, one of us will have heart problems, we'll have something, and so we know that we have to be really careful and we have to make those changes now if we want to be able to prevent it.
They tell us all the time, we're living proof of what happens if you go through this surgery. You need to really understand that if we had known at your age all the things that we know now about heart surgery, maybe we could have prevented it. I mean, genetics you can't change, but the way you live, sleeping, eating, exercise, those things are all in your control. And if you can handle that, then you're doing everything from your side to be able to prevent it as much as you can.
I think it was probably a year or 2 after my surgery that I found out that there was attempt to sort of do something for the South Asians, because it was becoming very clear that South Asians are at a much higher risk of getting heart disease than the average American population. And I think El Camino Hospital was trying to take a lead in that. I think part of my interest in supporting the South Asian Heart Center is to really raise the consciousness level among people that this really is a serious problem. It has nothing to do just with you being healthy. The healthiest people can actually have this problem as a ticking time bomb. And part of my interest is to raise the awareness level, improve the counseling, improve the testing, and over time maybe I'll build a database which can actually help to sort of lead to some new research in this area.
The South Asian Center is doing a wonderful job raising the awareness of the heart problem, among Indians, and it's such an important problem. It is such an important issue that Indians should pay attention to this problem, and South Asian Center is doing an excellent job with that.